Whoa, if it isn't a lightener! Hey, 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 hey! Looks like you're
All alone on a late
all
night.
your friends.
Abandoned you for the slime?
You are? Sales gone down there.
Drain!
Living in a garbage can? Friend, either you're
Closing your eyes?
to saving you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of discounts indicated by the presence of a hearted object in your community. Hey kid, look at you, right time, right place.
Rise for the picking!
Right money in your pocket. You're so lucky, very lucky. You're so very, very lucky that you get to be investing in this
Special product.
from everybody's favorite.
Number one latest salesman, Durgan 967.
I depart to say it, I depart to say it, yes, I depart to say it.
Yes, sir.
But you wanna have a little fun? A little something to pluck you from the glum, humdrum, live comfortably.
Yeah.
Listen up, for the offer only comes just one t-shirt. I can see you having violent thoughts, but don't you wanna the idea?
Big shot. Inquire today.
All the secrets in stock. All you gotta do is
Hyperlink blocked.
I used to be nothing but the email guy. Now I'm the it burns. Stop, help me, it burns guy.
Better bargains, we've got deals you won't believe. We can tell you what you want before you realize what you need. If you'll pardon us the jargon, here's our darn near guarantee. We take cash or card or credit, but we'll take your heart for free.
Are you feeling down?
You lost control. Is your life a mess?
Do your friends despise you? Well, here's weird trick discovered by a mom. I'm sure.
I will surprise
What
you.
you ever dreamed of? Shining, glistening. Gotta buckle up, grab a light by the
String.
You can have it, say the word, it's yours. I wasn't listening. See, it says just here, right here, last year, on the 3rd and the 4th at 5:06, you search cat pics online.
Well, that's just fine.
Moist, delicious cookies.
Little Timmy Tap Kitty Cat list. Now we have a list. Good look at whatever you have it is. Wanna buy a cat flap, cat food, cat shop, catamaran? Feel the categorically catatonic as a catalog of categories I have in my hand.
Cavalcade of all your favorite brands.
And nepotism, schism, cataclysm.
On the man.
You need a can your plans.
For the crackers and the pickles and the fire.
Wanna buy a cat plush, toy, box, wine, why won't bite? Just call me back. Ham and eggs, egg chair, bed, bath, sponge, you hate his $4.99 lifeboat, boat shoe, shoestring, string beat, beanbag, bagpipe, pipe bomb, bomber jacket, jackdaw, doorstop. Stop, no, please don't take my furniture. Stop, watchdog, dog color, Colorado, Etherall, seed fish, ping pong, poncho, choke chain, chainsaw, swordfish, shish kebab, bobcat. Do you want a carrot off? Will you wanna be a
Big shot.
Don't you? Don't you wanna be the
Next big thing.
You can do it, yes it's true, it's really true, there's nothing to it. I can prove it, hear the registers ring. Ring, you're kidding, it's for you.
Wanna know a secret?
Hyperlink blocked.
You too can.
Have a
Communion.
with ya. Soon I'll even surpass that damn clown around town.
We've got never better bargains, we've got deals you won't believe. We can tell you what you want before you realize what you need. If you'll pardon us the jargon, here's our darn near guarantee. We take cash or card or credit, but we'll take your heart for free.
Only gonna get there, you funky little worm. You seem unaware of all the money you can earn. If you wanna get the gold, but there is stuff you gotta learn. Must be humans and the kindness and there's better to be sure. You want
It's me. It's don't you see?
fun. If you wanna make you scream, green, you're gonna need my cruller. Give me that drop, my friend. What is right here in Cyber City? See, used to be a top-notch shop. Best deals, best wheels, best
Prizes in the price and area.
But you can get it back. Yes, you can. All you gotta do is follow through my
Well-said plan.
bigger, better, like the telephone was telling me. You gotta know the telephone. Lend a grab. Get the picture, that's a little bitty 2x4. Can't store anymore. Gotta go, gotta get on the go. Make a deal.
My store is closing.
Hot tip, drop shipping, call 3, 2, 1. Not skipping hours wide into your inbox. Swing by the gift shop. Think of the big shop. All this and more. Click.
Hyperlink blocked.
Can anyone hear me? Help. Mike.
We've got never better bargains, we've got deals you won't believe. We can tell you what you want before you realize what you need. If you'll pardon us the jargon, here's our darn near guarantee. We take cash or card or credit, but we'll take your heart for free.
Insurer knew that I'm the best in policy. Honestly, do you want to end in poverty? Money, I'm the one to help invest it properly. I'm here to talk about 10 to 1. It's liquidated last chance, first day, half price, fire sale, like another before. When it's better explore, when you step in the door, the very model of the automated general store. The fact is everybody's gotta have it, don't have it, really have it. If you haven't, well you've had it, couldn't hack it, doesn't have it, had it in the house, very glad it's just the habits, so don't like more than have it. Now the answer got the traffic, you have got the graphics, so you're packing, if you're packing, to the done, it's gonna have it, nobody's had it, you're around it with the tag, it'll be panic, so you're panic, like grab it to the shelves up in the panic, seems that everybody has it, and you really gotta have it, so you get it, you're ecstatic, but the cracker with the static, in the end is out of fashion, to the pan, he's a plastic, take it, trash it, then you get back in your car, you have to have it, and the fact is everybody's gotta have it, don't have it, really have it, if you haven't, well you've had it, couldn't hack it, never have it, had it, the very glad it's hooks, your mama, what a mouth in the encyclopedia. There ain't nothing different, so the seats to be paid, their jobs will be made with seasonal savings, regional ratings, and legally fading, screaming and raving, seasons of praising.
Neat little blade with a needless engraving.
Legally great but sweet with the phrasing, feed in the grave but gleefully trading, feeding the cravings, eat.
Little plaything.
Feel so good, I'll myself, feeding the cravings, eat.
Little plaything.
On with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan, feeding the cravings, eat.
Little plaything.
I can feel that smooth taste already. Feeding the cravings, eat.
Little plaything. Hyperlink blocked.
The man with the hand instead of a gun.
My word, that is groovy. The name's Bull, James Bull. I'm an international super spy who's inclined to let the secrets fly when I'm unsupervised. Undercover, swap the tactical jacket for sitting time. Practical and stupid might be, but don't I look super fly? Baddies are bad feng shui and I'm the new removal guy. Scrutinizing your design with my keen disapproving eye. I spy, but I already told you that sight. Come on, fight me, we'll find out if you really live by.
The man with a hand instead of a gun, and he's coming to undo whatever you've done. He's the man with the hand instead of a gun, messing your master plan up before you've barely begun.
So kick your thumbs back, make your finger guns clap. We've infiltrated every evil base, been there and done that.
Who's the smooth dude with the devilish charm? He's the man with the hand instead of a gun.
What I lack in competence, I compensate with confidence. A consummate connoisseur of compiling my own compliments. Complaints are confidential, so no one knows my abilities are limited to lying. I'm a living liability. I'm shaken, not sturdy, chosen vocation mistaken. Somehow traversing these spaces without disturbing the lasers. I hurtle through hurdles of pain and pray not to be castrated. May lack a plan, but that won't deter me from dashing straight in hands and blazing.
Man with a hand instead of a gun, and he's coming to undo whatever you've done. He's the man with the hand instead of a gun, messing your master plan up before you've barely begun.
So tuck your thumbs back, make your finger guns clap. We've infiltrated every evil base, been there and done that.
Who's the smooth dude with the devilish charm? He's the man with the hand instead of a gun.
Heavens above, when are you ever gonna learn that inventing the one-liner is a hell of a drug? I'm always bending my words into the cleverest pun, so when he shoots from the lip, it'll just sever your tongue. Sex and violence are implied in the generalist terms, cause I'm not trying to be banned from the television, because the revenue from this song's a generous sum. It's haunted rebellion, developments are second to none. What? Fictional spies always have product placement and stuff. It's part of the excitement. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it like an overpriced gin and vermouth. Yeah. So chuck your thumbs back, make your finger guns clap. We've infiltrated every evil base, been there and done that.
Man with the hand instead of a gun. He's the man with the hand instead of a gun.
Welcome from Fixer Inc. to our brand new engineer. We're Thrilled You Picked Us. We're here to bring you a brilliant new career. Yes, it's true that the terms of your servitude are a little bit unclear, but don't fear the years you'll be spending here. You're a lifelong pioneer. You're entering planetfall to a planet full of resources. Your contract calls that your life revolves around rounding up and exporting. And if you happen upon our previous ones, well, it's your job to report it. Take inventory of the spent debris, but best to leave any corpses.
No time for grief, so take belief in this briefing. These core values fix it means you believing. You better love them if you wanna be leaving. But if you miss it, then we'll keep on repeating.
We ran that land before you as a grandiose factory floor. Commanded to handle it so you're free to construct more. You'll fall to a world of wonders that none have seen before. Convert that fertile earth to a furnace of churning ore. Flora and fauna, forced to the boundaries, bar for the course when you're sports tearing down trees, pounding them down at the bow, These towers you founded around our account. Seas bountiful mounted the countless amounts, each bounded to compounds bound for the boundary. Sound of the drowns of the howls of the foul beast, jousted and out for revenge. So look out, deep down underground, fortune awaits. We just gotta burn down what's in the way. How fortunate that you have opted to stay. We alive on the bottom line for our pay. So slave away, yes, slave today. In place of wage, you'll pave the way. Stay in the black, with shade to grey. Keep sending stacks, you'll get back someday. We improvise and synergize, you improvise and synthesize to bring supplies and synthesize. We think you spy rise as chimneys rise. The market cannot be denied. We couldn't stop it if we tried. That natural snapshot that you prize is simply profit in disguise. Drop 1,000 rods in the pod, chip them off. Don't stop and move on to the modular frame. The rotors and cables, the table says we are waiting on lots of crates. And if we haven't got enough on your plate, well, we haven't got enough for the plate. To the stage of the caterium isn't great. To fill the elevator by end of the day.
Do you ever think about the awkward silence that follows most musical fade outs? Like, you know, if you think about it, what happens is some dude takes his little fader and just slides it down. There's just silence. Was the song done? Probably not. Did the song just begin? But then it's immediately filled by some nonsensical bullshit, or just stony silence. One or the other. Doesn't really. Some would say one's better than the other. They're probably right, you know. A lot of people aren't really down with the stone cold silence. But you know, loud elevator music's always an option. It's not very good. Bum, 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 bum. I'm fucking exhausted. I haven't gotten a good night's sleep all week. I want to kill myself. But, shut the fuck up. We're going to play Stanley Parable. It's not that exciting. It's not that high tempo, but oh my god, we're going to fucking play it. Start the music again. What do you mean the current time? It's 8:20. I'm so fucking tired. Work has been fucking exhausting. You can see the bags. I had to double check. I'm like, can you see the bags under my eyes? Yes, you fucking can. I'm hanging on game, but like, I'm ready for a nap. Can I just say something? Sure, what do you got? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. You're welcome, I guess. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game, see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game. Okay. This calls for tea. I mean, most things call for 2. It does give me that warm fuzzy for, you know.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself.
Hello.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
thank you for the
he
subs.
got up
Pew,
from his
pew, pew,
desk
pew, pew,
and
pew,
stepped
pew,
out of
pew,
his
pew,
office.
pew, pew. The joke is I want to kill myself. Funny, fucking relatable comedy. How's it going, Raven? I'm eating pretzels. They're down by my feet, so I have to bend over awkwardly to get them. Excuse me. No one asked for that. Very relatable. Okay. So
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just
I already
doing this
have
for
the achievement. Silly
Click
game.
a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just
yeah, I
give
already
these
have the
merits
achievement.
away for such little effort. A
Silly
measly 5
game.
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would
Fuck
say
it.
that Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
So we left off last time, picking up after the fucking gallery showing off the Stanley Parable 2. We left off there. We're starting the playthrough immediately after finishing that.
Stanley
And we're
clutched the
gonna
bucket
follow.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're gonna follow the narrator this time. I'm definitely stress eating. I'm so fucking tired.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I do like that the stickers are still on there from the last time we had the bucket.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I don't know if it's about the stickers for me, like... Sometimes you just need to appreciate a good closet, you know? This soft drone of the mechanical. The lack of people. The, isolation. You know, there's those that would call it a broom closet. Then there's those that would call it a broom home. And after an entire fucking day of working retail, holy fucking shit, is this broom closet the best goddamn experience of my life? And I don't have to justify that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No customers? Fuck yeah! Love this broom closet. Good shit. Fucking retail. Fucking customers. Like, oh, fuck me. Just Saturday customers. Fucking Saturday customers. Ugh. Non-stop. Just dudes. Which is pretty good. They're, Dot's home-style pretzels. Honey mustard. Not bad. Pretzels, a broom closet, the soft drone of electricity. Like, holy shit, where the fuck did this piece of wood come from? I'm still finding scraps of wood from when I made the prototype for my fucking class. I'm not ready yet. That's the good shit right there. Honestly, I could go to sleep right now. It'd be so relaxing. But that's not, you're not allowed to sleep on Twitch anymore. Apparently it's creepy. And they're entirely correct.
Staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Gotta check turlet.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Well, damn, since you put it like that, guess I gotta find the rest of them. No reward? Hot shit. Sounds like a fucking task for me. Are you down here?
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes,
I like
think I like
Stanlerines.
that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That one looks sad. So I knew there'd be one under the fucking staircase. You can't fool me, game. I'm a veteran video game player. In fact, oh, this is locked this time. What?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
Stanlerines is the word of the day.
It would
It's a
be
hell of
with
a
him,
word.
always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss
I don't
of
remember
simply
what the
being
number
near
is.
the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
What if the bucket is actually the narrator? Think about that.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Talk
It
more
would be
about my
all
bucket.
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
But what if we did up last time? I kind of want to do it again. It was kind of fun, but I think we'll keep going. We haven't actually just headed to the ending
Stanley and the
yet.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I do want to do the
Lights
speed run
rose
while
on
we're
an
here.
enormous room packed
All
with
right, now,
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
I kinda wanna go
Stanley
for
and
the
the
speed
bucket
run at
both
some point
wondered to
today.
themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
There's a fucked up monitor up there.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Where's Stanley?
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble
Number
mind.
427. Number 427. There's Stanley. Right there about the middle of the screen. Here, I'll put it right above the bucket. Up there.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Is the bucket going to stab me in the back? Because I found the bucket's about to stab me in the back.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Oh, hell yeah!
And the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Anyways, I'm going to follow the story this time. Because I know where this goes. Down with the system? Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to
that
live
bucket tight,
once they
Stanley.
stepped
Fuck
through
yeah.
this massive door. The bucket wanted
Stanley
to
and
learn to
bucket.
roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Weird Stanley.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True,
What
it
the
was
fuck?
a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility
What?
itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with
Hold the fuck up!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
The bucket?
Not while this
No!
building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley
Is
thought to
it?
himself.
I feel
As
like
long
it's
as I have
terrible.
my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, He was about to find out.
I'm not sure I want to find out, honestly. That sounds terrible. Okay, I guess we fucking died. Okay, this time bucket, but betrayal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's new. Big Green Finders Committee meeting today.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Alright, we're going the other way this time. We
Stanley
gotta look for
attached the bucket tightly
figurines.
to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
And the bucket's right. This employee lounge is I've never worked in a place in an employee lounge. I've never worked in a place in an employee lounge.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Listen, man, you gotta listen to the bucket, alright? You know, bucket tells you to leave, and then the
Perhaps
facility
this
locks
was
you
where
in.
the
What?
bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
What about the broom closet? I don't want to go see the room closet again.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
The break room at the Target I work got repainted to look like a hospital. That sounds horrible. Do not lie. If you were lying right now, stop.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Can we stop pretending I'm listening to the bucket? I'm just going on a grand adventure. That's new. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What
like
name better
Stanlerines.
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlerines. Stanlerines. There's no question about it. It's simply to kill myself now. Yeah, live out my dreams. Where the fuck am I? What the hell? Where is this? This is very new. I have not seen this before. Alright, what do we got? Let's say. It says the narrator sound system.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so
differently when this bucket is in my arms.
What if the bucket's an alien?
Why everything
or parasitic
feels
creature?
so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that?
It's gonna be the narrator. It's gonna be the narrator.
Who's there?
What the fuck? Okay. All right. It took 3 days and all we got was... What the fuck? It took 3 days. All we got was hospital gray, a new stainless counter, and lost our water filter and cooler. Yo, the fucking air conditioner at my store is broken, which means it's really warm in there. And the water fountain fucking broke. So like today I just had no air conditioning and no water, and it sucked.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I was
What
pissed.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
I'm
had
not
simply missed a
picking
memo.
up the bucket this time. I bet. Yeah, I was fucking pissed. It was so fucking unpleasant. Like, half the store had air conditioning, but not the half I work in. So I'm just standing there in the fucking mild warmth
When Stanley
with no
came to a
fucking
set of
water,
two open
just dealing with
doors,
an
he entered the
unending
door.
onslaught
This
of
was not the
fucking
direct way
customers.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It was so fucking irritating.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're gonna go this way again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You think if I go back down there without the bucket, it'll be different? That's a 3D modeled card reader. That's strange. Most stores don't have a 3D modeled with card reader on.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Well, I
Are you
used to,
that
but-
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Ever
Well,
since the incident,
don't know how
I try not to
convince
listen
you
to
of
other
this,
people.
But I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No buckets past this point.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
Figler Annually. Which door did he say to go to? I've forgotten. Is it the left one?
Oh, thank God you
Oh,
are willing
okay,
to
yeah.
listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Okay.
And I think
I'm gonna stop right here.
Here, let me show you.
I agreed I would stop. I don't seem like stopping. You know what? I'll bite. Just because I don't think there's a...
What do we want? What are we looking for?
This definitely sounds like new narration.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It's not as good as the broom closet, I'm going to be frank. The broom closet is a high, not easily matched. This is kind of neat, though. Birdie? Yeah, it's not bad. You think he's gonna be upset if I walk through this door?
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Well, I kind of got impatient because the lights hadn't changed in a moment. My attention span doesn't last that fucking, honestly. So, like, you lost me almost immediately there.
Oh no, stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What are my other options, though?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
We'll just walk back down the stairs. By walking back up the stairs, huzzah!
No! Oh, thank God. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Listen, narrator. Last time we were in it together, and you went down a dark path. All by yourself, and you dragged me with you. That's how that panned out. I was trapped in a room. For God knows how long. Because the narrator couldn't help himself. But I can help myself. Fish. And I help myself by doing what I've always wanted to do, which is kill myself.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, I know what's best. We've been here before. And now we're going to slow walk back to the other room.
I don't know anymore. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
It's teasing.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Anything's possible, baby, as long as you don't trap me in an endless time loop of fucking bullshit. Well, this was nice, but it's time to kill myself again. Slow march up the stairs. Imagine being Stanley. Imagine having the balls to seize the opportunity. Don't let the narrator step on your life. Don't let them dictate how you go down. Slowly walk your broken frame up the stairs. Jump.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's grab the bucket again.
Warmth spread through Stanley's
and see if we
arms.
can do the kill
With
ourselves
the bucket
again.
in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the
We're gonna
meeting
kill
room.
ourselves again,
But Stanley
this
had
time
felt the
with
bucket
bucket.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply
That's
the
the
place
plan.
to be. And
I
here it
need to
was.
know
Had
if things
the bucket turned out
changed.
to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I just need to know. I need to know how far the rabbit hole goes.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Bucket can eat my dick. Danger, danger everywhere. You can call me danger everywhere.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
But so just put the bucket down and kill myself again. It's fine. We can do that. It's okay. It's okay. I don't want to go in the dark room. I don't have a choice, but I have to go in the dark room because it's a video game. Oh my god.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I'm leaving. Goodbye. Okay, this is tough. Like, do I think this is a bucket? Looks a bit flat. I can't see from the other angles. I don't know. It looks like a bucket, but like, I don't think it's a bucket. You think it's a bucket? I'm not feeling bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual
Boom, I'm
bucket.
good at this. We can't see into it, so not a
Item
bucket, yeah.
2. Is this a bucket?
The handle's up. I feel like that really limits on bucket. See, my bucket has the handle down, and the picture on my bucket of a bucket has the handle down, and the picture of is this a bucket has the handle down. So therefore, I don't think this is a bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I'm good at this. We can't see into it, so it's not a bucket.
3.
Good
Is
idea.
this a bucket?
So, the handle's still up. Based off of that, it's still not a bucket. You know what? I'm sticking with it.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Fuck. Or maybe I'm just bad at this. Listen, 1 out of 3? Terrible.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
The sticker's not a bucket? That's what I was thinking. That looks like a bucket. What?
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
I thought it was
an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on.
You can use it as a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
He just said it wasn't. I unironically do not know if this is a bucket or not. What if it's a bucket pretending to be a tractor? We're 2 and 2, so like, this matters. It holds things nice and move things, and it's a bucket. You know what? That works for me.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Killing it, Raven. Good job.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No, obviously not.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? I don't want to play this game anymore.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
He's not going to take him away. That's fun.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
But what if nothing is a bucket, is everything a bucket? Like if I say yes, does that mean that nothing is a bucket, therefore everything is a bucket? But if I say no, does that mean that everything is a bucket because everything is a bucket? Yes? You know what? Okay.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
I thought we knew the
bucket
narrator
is
was a
threatening
bucket.
to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay.
I'm not ready for... No!
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything was a bucket!
Disappeared. Wait.
Everything was a bucket the whole time!
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yes!
Oh my God, I had no idea.
I was right!
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I did think the narrator's a
This
bucket,
is
though.
wonderful news. We're not buckets.
We are
Yes,
all buckets
I
in some
actually feel
fashion.
much more at ease right now.
I do
it's
contain stuff.
delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything, and we'll
Sup,
put
nerd?
back
Good,
all
we
of
just
the
got the bucket
buckets,
ending.
okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Got it, you and me,
Who
we're on
knows
this.
what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
So this is a secret, right? No one's mentioning this to anyone.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
I forgot about the bumpscosity setting.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone.
Bumpscosity,
not with the
yeah.
bucket around.
I need some more tea. My elbow fucking hurt. I had to spend my entire fucking day in a building where the air fucking work. Okay, so here's the plan.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
This
to his
way.
chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
This time I'm gonna kill myself with the
And
bucket.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
I need a truckload of
No,
Arnold Palmer. Me
never
too,
mind.
dog.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself from the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Fuckers.
How deeply touching.
Alright, go ahead and got the bucket suicide ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket
Bucket!
calling
Yes,
to him,
Olivia, I
telling him
agree.
that
Bucket!
The employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
I guess
Had
that
the
means
bucket
that
turned out to be correct. Was this better
Stanley
than
kicked the
meeting
bucket?
room? No, never mind.
Shut it down! We're done! It's over!
Left to go back to the meeting room.
You know what? Just for y'all, I'm gonna replay an ending.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
We're gonna replay an ending just for y'all, even though Raven and I already saw.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
I agree.
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I feel like we're gonna get so educated this time. This time we're gonna kill the questions. Like, we're gonna nail this. Okay?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
All right, Raven, you and me, we've got this. We've seen the answers.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No, it's a hologram of a bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item
Bucket
2.
minigame? Yeah.
Is this a bucket?
Once again, not a bucket, 3D printed bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D
This test is
printed
so easy once you have all
recreation
the
of a
answers.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
God, I'm good at this.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes, this is a bucket.
Correct.
Oh,
This
killing
is a
it.
bucket.
All right, this one was hard last time.
Is this a bucket?
Got this. No.
Correct.
Boosh!
This is a tractor and not a bucket.
God, I'm good
To be
at
honest,
this.
I just sort of put this one in here as a guinea.
I got that one
I'm
wrong
starting to
last
get
time.
Concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot.
Hey, hey.
Okay, next one.
I definitely knew it. I got it fucking perfect. Second try.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct.
Woo!
This
100%.
is a bucket.
This is what it feels like. Oh, it feels good to not suck. Like your mom.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Trick question. It's both.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Now, nothing? Nothing is not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here.
Fucking nailing it,
Of
Echo.
course
Thank
it
you,
isn't
Olivia.
a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say
everything is a
nothing
bucket.
isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket. Which
Exactly.
Of course is not true.
No, no,
Unless-
no.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is
Dear
a bucket?
God.
What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
There's
I'm
more?
going to
No.
erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Called it. This is
What
what it's
happened?
like to be
Is
right
everything gone?
all the
How
time.
did everything
Never
disappear?
wrong,
Wait,
Neko. That's what they
was
call me back in
everything a
prison.
bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Y'all can keep a secret, right? Like, Twitch.tv viewers do not spread secrets.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, whether or not he sees it doesn't seem to be up to Stanley. Oh, puns! Oh boy, howdy! It's so funny. Was that a secret bucket-based ending? I don't know.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together.
We're
would be
going
perfect.
down.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Or we could go to the bucket
Stanley
betrayal
had felt
ending.
the
That's
bucket
tempting.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
Guess that means this one was just
Bucket
another
was
drop
wrong.
in the bucket.
Stanley took the door on his left
My camera
to go
died.
back to the meeting
Your
room.
pun killed my camera. That's definitely what happened. It definitely didn't crap out because God has no sense of humor. Ligma balls. God, I love technology. What is this even plugged into? That? Yes. Hey, you guys want to see what my camera looks like before I fucking white balance it? God, I love this video. You know what? That's close enough. Isn't technology amazing? Bucket!
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
This is where we're going.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Kind
We
of.
could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Oh, the broom closet hits so good. It's like all of the happy chemicals injected straight into fucking. Like, the broom closet ending was my favorite. Like, I feel like people that don't appreciate the broom closet ending probably haven't had to work retail. Probably haven't had to work a shitty job before. Like, oh god, yeah, just no people, just this soft drone. Guess we can cross this one off the bucket list. Ah! Ha ha ha! You're so funny! It's like Nirvana. I was hoping I could crawl into the fire. Alright, baby. See you later. Pause it. Property of Stanley.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah! Shut up. Broom closets are like the walk-in cooler. No customers and all the crying corners you could want.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I didn't agree to that. The adventure line is great, but like, can't me and Bucket do adventure line? Ken confirms I work in a place with multiple walk-in coolers. Listen, Bucket. I'll do your evil ending next. All right. They're gonna make me give the Bucket, but like.
Don't
okay,
you get
Bucket.
it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the Bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out
Against
character
the line, it really
with so much
pales in
personality that to
comparison.
me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I fought on this hole.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying,
It's getting
how does
angrier.
a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The
I'm
broom
afraid of
closet?
it.
Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
He just trashed the
Okay,
broom closet.
The Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
No!
the fans what they want.
No, this is wrong. Oh, good. Excuse me.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay. Is that the end? Okay then.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Urban Pepperoni's
Stanley
Bucket
clutched
Destroyer,
the bucket
yeah.
tightly to his chest.
You know this
was not
time we have to go
correct way
feed the
the
Bucket
meeting
Destroyer.
room,
We have
but
to know what the
Stanley
fuck's
had
gonna
felt
happen
the
when we
bucket
stuff it in the
calling
Bucket
to him,
Destroyer.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I don't
Stanley
like
took the door
the
on his
personification
left to go back, and so
the
two of them
narrator's giving you
detoured
the
through
bucket. I feel like
maintenance
it's just
section
kind of
and walked
mean.
straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
I did really like the Broom
Yes,
Closet.
I know I'm the
like,
one who
it's my
gave you the
favorite.
bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Let's get to the Bucket
Don't you
Destroyer
want another
part.
story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fan... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all
I'm
those
playing this
great
music in
jokes
my
from
head.
the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand
Let's
new
do it.
character.
I'm ready.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I've been preparing
I
for
think
this
it'll make a
for
wonderful
2 whole
new addition
minutes.
to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
Probably less.
True, it
Probably
also
like
was
1.
not in the original game, but it's such a well fleshed out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Let's do this.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial
how do
that
I
you
give it the bucket?
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets...
I can't seem to give it the
all
bucket.
knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved
I'm
Stanley
trying to
Parable
give it the
characters?
bucket.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so
How does
intense
one
that
give
it
the
is
I can't
and
jump in.
are
You can't
spinning
jump. I
really
used all my
like
jumps in the
10
circle
personality
last
traits.
time.
What other object in this game can you even say that about? The
Take
Broom
the
Closet? Certainly
bucket!
not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll
I'm
have to
trying!
phone and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now.
It
The
won't
fans
let
are waiting.
me!
Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
The bucket's too powerful. Maybe I shouldn't be trusting the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I feel like I missed something. Anyways, Guess the bucket has just too much sentiment value to Stanley. I guess.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the...
Go, 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 go!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to them. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Speed! I am Speed.
We're
going for speed.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I've forgotten the passcode! Shit!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
I forgot the passcode! This is disastrous! How am I gonna speedrun without it?
Was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
God damn it!
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. Nope.
But Stanley's...
Gonna get the speedrun achievement, okay?
But Stanley... But Stanley simply couldn't. All of his co-workers were gone. What?
Damn it! 2845, in case you forget. I didn't forget, I'm dyslexic, fuck you!
But Stanley simply...
Go, 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 go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
2845. 2845. 2845. We'll come back to this. Speedrun first, thingies later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I don't think we're gonna make it. I think I was supposed to trigger him so he just opens the door automatically. This is really gonna come down to how good my parkour is.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Shit. I fucked it.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
fucked it.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
What the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think we need to practice the parkour. Gotta get the parkour right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and check this. We need more planks. What the fuck? Interesting. Warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Is that us? Nearby a fireplace. Is that gonna be the boss's office? There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies. How can we find them? What is this? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communications are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigations. We all know small floating objects have appeared across the office. We've synergized our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. Agenda. How can you tell if you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? That's a good question. Follow clues provided by employee 416. They're calling them Figlies. Thank you, good luck. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? Weird spinning figures.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Like hell I did. Who doesn't love the broom closet? Like, it's so good. This one more Stanley. Yeah,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna go ahead and, do that.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
I'm pretty sure that's what I need for the... There it is.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Speed runs, honestly. I'm gonna practice the parkour. That's what I'm gonna do. Also, I finished the Titanic. Over there. I say it's over there like it's a distance. My finger's on it right now. It's not like over there. It's like next to me. And maybe if you promise to be good boys and girls and non-gender specific entities, maybe you'll get to see it.
Mind control facility.
Or maybe you'll have to lick my balls.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I missed.
What horrible secret did this place hold, Stanley? Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you.
I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else.
I'm feeling
in the game.
patronized.
It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this.
Are you
track,
allowed to listen to this?
Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well
I
done.
don't use Twitter. I was not one of these people.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
I don't deserve this mockery.
I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. The railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job.
I've never felt so mocked by anything in my life, I think. I mean, like, not in like a they're deliberately trying to bully me and make me feel bad kind of way. Game.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
What the fuck is
Those
this?
figurines, those figlets. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
The fuck
Wasn't
is
it
this?
just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
I guess
life?
it was kind of
Didn't it
good.
fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story.
Y'all are
but
still
would
on
you
the
please
mockery.
indulge me with one more
on
trip
this now.
back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay, I guess we'll do the memory zone. There's more chairs, though. Okay, we're doing the memory zone again. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectible. Is this mocking me again? Fuck you. What the fuck is this shit? Listen, man, the Stanley Parable goes hard and it goes fast, alright? You just kind of have to hold on sometimes. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released. It was a good year. That's new. Can I go through the doorway? No? Okay. Yeah, you might have missed this last time. BAFTA for the Stanley Parable. Yep, definitely received one of those. Audience Award for the Stanley Parable. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's the award I gave. You can't see it because I'm a broke bitch and I can't afford it.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Seven out of 6. Yep, the hands were weird. That's some stuff. The second one was the bathroom, yeah.
And here was a second Stanlerine.
There's no
you
writing
found
on
this
the
one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
He's mocking me again. Honestly, how could you know there was only 6? There's not! Or 7 or 8. I bet there's 12 and a half.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
Oh, I know. It was under
Do
the
you
stairs.
remember?
Does this actually change depending on the order you found the fucking stands in? Like, because that's pretty fucking cool if it does. But I found it under the stairs.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your 3rd time doing anything.
I don't remember my 3rd time doing most things.
Let's see, what came next?
Not fucking here! Where the fuck is this?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No, we didn't!
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Whose memories are these? I thought they were mine. Can I go back? This is wrong. I need to go to the other one. I found the one in the fucking cargo bay. I need to go back to that one. Can I just go back the way I came? No? Fuck. Okay. Oh, but it's not right. Can I just walk around it? We didn't grab that one. Can I just go? I'm just gonna go. Must have happened. Would the memory room lie? I don't know. Probably memories lie. That's a fact. It's just not the right order.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly.
It's gonna be, there's gonna be 13 of them.
Particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Okay. Oh my god. Who the fuck did not make one of these on their shitty YouTube channel back in the fucking, like, back pre-2010? Like, who the fuck did not make one of these? An HTML it to your GeoCities page. Yeah!
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh, these both go to the same place. Going this way. There's gonna be like 17 of these things. No, this is correct, but I'm missing.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here behind the boss's office. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
What's gonna happen? We missed one. What's gonna happen? I don't like that. My review get posted? I like that my review is not showing, probably because I put the word fuck in it.
And then there was no more. because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
What?
Just go backwards.
Hold
we'll
on!
do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Sure. Wasn't there a reference to this earlier about watching a movie halfway through, then watching it again in reverse?
Okay, yes. The back of the boss's office. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. I want more.
I'm beyond that. Is he going to play the video again?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yeah, we're going to watch it again. Yeah.
Yes, I love that video.
Also, there's more than 12. I already said that there was more than 12. I'm sure there was 13. This is wrong. I don't know if I should pick this one up again.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the pink room that much. It's pink room, and it's
these really were
probably
a treat
evil.
to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these,
it's an aesthetically
it really
pleasing
would have
room.
The intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
The creepy whispering kind of ruins the aesthetic. And toilet.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Am I gonna have
going.
to leave? Am I gonna have to hit the black button?
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I got the Jeff button, Jim button. That is the Jim button. Huh. Jumping.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
I feel like I'm feeding a bad habit of the narrator. Like I'm his fucking drug dealer. And he's gonna OD here in a moment on memories.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office.
Putting the pretzels away now. I think I'm gonna OD
Is
on
there
pretzels.
anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
There was the intro.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can
How
live
did we
on my
get
own
here?
again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is giving me an existential crisis. I know! I'm worried now. Like...
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
I'm profoundly uncomfortable. And quite possibly wish to go home. I don't know if I should pick up the bucket. I don't know how I feel about bucket. I don't know if this is it and if the bucket deserves to go with this. Like, is the bucket gonna warp reality again? Like, what the... What paths do I take? Where am I going? Okay, is the bucket even real? Is any of this actually happening? I mean, it's happening, but what is happening and where does it go? What does that even say? Know your city? Why did my phone just turn off? I think its battery just died. Eh, well, that's the thing. Oh, it's complaining. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm trying to get my phone to charge. Well, I think about this. Do we listen to the narrator? Like... Okay, there's so much pressure now. What the fuck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I just keep playing normally?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by
I feel so stressed out now.
first, just to admire it.
Yep, there we go.
It was okay.
Oh, okay. That's a new line. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Like we could go do the go home ending. We could go do the
Stanley was so bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna go over here. But Tiny, we were the narrator all along. We made Stanley who he was. I know.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate story.
Just the last time I was here, it was a different tape.
Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Going to heaven. I deserve it. This is the one place the narrator can't touch me. And I know that. I'm God. Did I just say the sequel is paused? Go, 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 go!
All of his coat. The embrace of an old friend. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Me and Bucket are going for gold!
Entered the door on his left.
I hope picking up the bucket and fuck everything up.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Of course it did. Probably.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Damn it.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dump, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
I think that bit's where I've lost the time I needed to get the record. Or the achievement, as it were. I wonder what the speedrun record for his Stanley Parable.
The large door that read
Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
God
what horrible
damn it.
secret did this place hold?
What the fuck?
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
That's fucked. Google knows, yeah.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
I'm going down.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
I
perfectly
just like,
well.
is all this gonna stop
Perhaps
at some
he wanted
point?
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Is
it.
the narrator gonna come at
It
me?
was okay. But eager to
he's
get
still
back
doing
to
it was
business,
okay.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, we'll do
And
that.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Everything will come to an end someday, Tiny. Not with that attitude.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
To the
it's
right.
Clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for
To
a
the
minute?
left, everything you own in a box to the left.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I'm curious, like, so I've done this before, obviously, but...
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
what does that one say?
my
Oh, it's
kid.
Clippy.
It's
Clippy
all
up
rubbish
there.
now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Gotcha.
Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket's gone.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Yep.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
I did. Rip Bucket?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I like the Bucket.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
But
Okay,
where?
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Go this way. I'm feeling this direction. Yeah, this feels about right. Service corridor. We'll do the hallway. Oh, this feels right. This feels good. Ooh, I like it. It's good.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
I was
can
kind of
promise you
enjoying it.
There definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
But we made it back to the room. And that sign
All
said
of his
something
coworkers
unsettling
were
I didn't like.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
You know that the Adventure Line ending isn't actually the name of that ending? Just asking. Not actually called that. It's actually called the
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Looks like some Half-Life
I
shit.
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No, I don't.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten
But
what
the
we were
door's gone.
supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Woo!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really
Good job,
paid off.
team.
So, good job.
I want to thank the
No.
all two of
I
my
don't feel
subscribers.
right about this at all.
We finally did it. I
both
know,
you
guys. It's
didn't
fucking
put in
great.
any actual
It's-
work for that win.
They're
Some
just
people
fucking
win
trashing
fair
me.
and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I built a Titanic.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I mean, I built a Titanic. I feel like oop, there it is. Haha, everyone's favorite.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
This one's the Stanley
How
Parable
simple is
2
that?
Adventure Line, though. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Ah, they've disabled the desk. Just had to check real quick, you know. What happens if I just ignore that?
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. I mean, all right, line time. Kind of bummed they didn't autocomplete. The line is a classic, though. Classic to where?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Y'all know this.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Yeah?
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
That's a good one.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is, in fact, a byproduct
I was not prepared for
of
this,
one's subjective
the loop around on the
experience
line.
of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
That brings you back, you know, the classic Stanley Parable. it doesn't have non-Euclidean spaces. Thanks for asking.
Wait, cut the music. Go
Okay.
back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I know it's bullshit, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright, okay, continuing on. The South must be really behind the times. Listen, man, we believe in Jesus. And Jesus does not believe in non-Euclidean spaces.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What do we just follow the line from the beginning again? No? Oh, okay. Why have Jesus when you can have Cthulhu? Well, because I can't spell that, obviously. Like, A silly fuck.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell
What's
with it.
going on that screen?
Restart.
Hold on. There was a screen I was curious about. Oh, this one's just the Stanley Parable adventure line. The other one was the Stanley Parable 2 adventure line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Well, this is a
We're
different
intelligent
adventure
people,
line.
right? Why can't we make up our own story?
I'm not
Something
pronouncing
exciting,
any of that.
Daring,
But Cthulhu
mysterious.
Fathagan.
Ooh, this all sounds
What a
perfectly
wonderful
doable.
phrase.
Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Final Fantasy 14 Wrath. Hairstyles that you can use with Fantasia on Hrothgar. I just realized that when I highlighted my eyes, I look so fucking tired. Because I am.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, don't look at him. Straight ahead. Don't look at the line. Don't look at the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay, I was already doing that.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're
Am I
trying
following
to
a
go,
line? Shit.
there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that
Lines
our
are bad.
destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
He's
Come,
right.
Stanley, our destiny
That's a good point.
awaits.
I'm gonna go. No? Okay. Woo! The confusion ending!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling
Well,
me...
actually, lines are straight. You're
that's what
following
this
an
is?
arc.
It's all one giant ending? And we're
I
supposed
guess.
to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Like this, wander in the
My
blackness,
mind
find a
goes
bookstore,
blank
get
simply
bored and
because
leave.
it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep
We're right here,
restarting.
at the
I don't
fifth
want to forget
restart.
what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
quite sure if we're
narrative
in the
experience.
destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find
There's
out.
a
won't we?
destination, it appears.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
I was surprised by the bucket's back.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man, and Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I feel like I shouldn't have picked up the bucket again. Like, I did it out of habit.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the
Less than
bucket's
ideal.
warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Forgotten the number again. 2,
Stepping
8,
into his
4,
manager's
5.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Yes,
This is
2, 8, 4,
certainly the
5. Well,
most
I'm glad you told me that
logical
after I already put it in
explanation.
correctly. Nerd. Memorizing numbers like some kind of fucking scrub lord. Alright, we can do it. We can hardcore the parkour.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, let's check in video game. Your mom was checking the video game. How did I get this every other fucking time?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
What the
television
fuck?
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
It
Stanley
sucks.
and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Bullshit.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't
Maybe I just
accept
don't
it.
have the
His own life in
elite
someone
gamer
else's control.
skills I did
Never.
as a younger man.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except
The scratches
bucket.
on my arm are scarring up quite a lot, actually. This is just a side thing.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
I'm
emotions,
entirely convinced we have
happy
not made
or
it on
sad
time.
or content.
Probably the bucket's
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
I'm gonna turn it
began
on
to
this
sink
time,
in,
'cause fuck the
Stanley
machine.
decided that this...
Boom.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket did.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What the fuck is this? Oh, that one.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
I like this one.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal
Mini-burbs,
genius
yeah.
in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
What the fuck? You ever feel like it's just you've been wrong your entire life? Bird ending. Yeah, I guess I got the burb ending. I didn't think there'd be a burb ending, you know? That wasn't even a consideration. Okay, cool. Bird ending. Right. Bird ending. Why wasn't it? Fuck you. You didn't think of it either. Don't lie to me. You want to see the Titanic now? Game doesn't need to conform to your expectations. No, that's the fucking point! Turkey? Let me get the Titanic. 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 It's big. That thing is massive. Yeah, it's like 4.5 feet long. Huge. And it's heavy. And I don't know where to put it. It's literally longer than the table it's sitting on. I don't know, it's kind of underwhelming compared to birds. Fuck yourself. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm so fucking tired. So I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow, I think we'll do our last night of Stanley Parable. We'll kind of see what we can kick up. And then after that, I don't know. We'll do Horizon Zero Dawn, like I've said. I have to pee and go to sleep. Goodbye. Time for a new thing to support Titanic. I'm probably going to put it on the bookcase for now. But we'll burn that bridge another time. Bye.